Scott Van Pelt. I have 12:36 East Coast time, and we are not tired yet. With you for the next 60. Tim Legler standing by to break down how the Suns got things done. We'll get to Devin Booker, who's going to join us here in just a moment. But first, three little things from the NBA. Battle determined this one. Phoenix's stars of Devin Booker and Chris Paul combined to score 55. And we know that the Denver backcourt with Jamal Murray injured is its weak spot. 11 for Austin Rivers and Facundo Campazzo. Recently minted MVP Nikola Jokic got his trophy and did his thing, dropped a triple-double, 30 and 20, but he didn't get a whole lot of help from the starters. He finished with more points, rebounds, and assists than the rest of Denver's starting five combined. So the dreaded 0-3 hole is what the Nuggets face. Teams that have been in that spot have gone 0-142. Jokic could become the first MVP to be swept out of the postseason since Magic lost the finals in '89 to the Pistons. Joined now on SportsCenter by Devin Booker, 28 in the victory. And Devin, going into their building up 2-0, you know to expect their very best. They led 3-2, and they never led again. What does that say about where you guys are right now?
I mean, I think we're peaking at the right time. Or I wouldn't say peaking. I'd say we're getting better as games go on. I think the regular season prepared us for these games. With all the leaders on our team, with Chris, Coach Monty, Jay Crowder, stressing all the details throughout the season, for this moment right here. And, it's been working out for us.
I was convinced that you would shine on this stage, and if I was excited about it, I can't imagine how thrilled you were to get here. What, if anything, Devin, has felt different about playoff games and what they present?
I'd say the physicality. Obviously the atmosphere. There was a great crowd in here tonight. But we love that. We love playing on the road. Also at our home crowd. We just love playing basketball for real.
Yeah.
But, it's definitely higher intensity, more physical, but I think that brings out the better in us.
All right, last quick thought here. Closeout games are the hardest to get. You mentioned the vets. What do they tell you all about how hard it is to get a closeout win and to get a closeout win on the road, something you guys have already done?
Yeah, I went through one of them. Obviously, it's not going to be easy. Guys don't want their season to end. So, we're expecting their best, and that's what we're going to come out and play. We're going to give them their best, too, and, that's that.
Well, keep doing your thing, man. Clearly, you're built for this, and continued success the rest of the way. Thanks for stopping. I appreciate it, man.
Scott, appreciate you, brother.
Yep, you got it. So the box score looks like this. It's a 14-point victory. Booker shining for the Suns. The MVP, as we mentioned, did his part. But the story of this game is that backcourt of Phoenix. Better than the big fella there who said this belongs to his team. It was a very brief acceptance speech, but it was cool. Devin Booker can score so many ways. Turnaround Jay. Misses the three. Love the confidence. I'll shoot again. You give me two, I'll make one. Right?
Like the old 3 to make 2.
Kids, you used to get 3 free throws to make 2, which is really nonsense. Transition bucket there for Booker. They're up 11. In the second 9-point game, Booker working on Porter Jr. And one number one takes the other number one to the rim. 15 points in the first half for Booker. Nuggets down 9, looking for something out of the backcourt. Austin Rivers has made some big shots in that Portland series. He airballs it. Jokic there to gather, puts it back. 15 and 12 in the first half. Nuggets hanging around within 4. Booker, 3, all 3 of these. And then Booker lulls Jokic, gets his hands down, and pulls another corner 3. The lead's 8. It's a 10-point game. Jokic, sublime. Gets the roll. Still hanging around. Need a rally. It's not coming. Paul probes the defense. Finds his spot. 19 points through 3. Nuggets on the other end. We're showing you Jokic because he was the offense. Again, still within arm's length. Up 12. Booker, like I said, so many tricks in the bag. A scorer extraordinaire. Defense was fine. The shot was better. 26 through 3 for Booker. Off the Nugget miss. Jokic with a tip within 13. 2 minutes later, It's now a 16-point deficit. Jokic, there are 4 Suns in the picture. He gives you everything he's got to get the rebound and facilitates setting up Will Barton for the dunk. Paul, elbow, that's his thing. 2 more. Again, Paul, elbow. Ibid, do it again. Yeah, he's gonna. As Paul and the Suns enjoy the 14-point victory. Down low, Jokic sets up Aaron Gordon there, but there's just no comeback coming. Again, oh, he tricked me too. No, not going to shoot another one. Jay Crowder. Bridges, Crowder, Paul, all alone, Cash. Suns by 14. Sunday, an opportunity for a closeout. It's just the 3rd time in Suns franchise history they've won the first 3 games of a postseason series. In 2010 against the Spurs, 2005 against the Grizzlies. Phoenix was able to finish off this week. All right, we welcome in Tim Legler. And Tim, it's a 3-0 series lead. And, I mean, is it deceiving in a sense, or is it an accurate reflection right now because of the backcourt advantage that the Suns have got of what we're seeing here?
It's an accurate reflection for sure, and I thought Denver had a chance to get into this series by winning this game. I was asked before the game, what would it take? And I said, probably a 30-point triple-double out of Nikola Jokic. He was even better than that. He was a 30-20-10 night, but he got no help, and ultimately Phoenix just a better team. And this is where it got away from them. And this is where they're just hanging on by a thread here. You see third quarter and start out. This is a 7-point game. And this is where the offensive rebounding came to play. And I think it's just the young legs, and Denver got demoralized. And it's just the detail, Scott. Right here you see Booker is taking a really tough shot. He's leaning in. He's got 2 guys all over him. You have to be able to read on the weak side defensively. This ball had a flat angle. It's going to come off in this area of the floor. But take a look at what they start to do. You get guys leaking out. This is the playoffs. Every little detail matters. When this comes off the glass, this is what I'm talking about. Look at the guys leaking up the floor. This basketball is going to end up on the floor, and the only guy that gets down there is the Suns center. This is just desperation and smelling it. What does it lead to in a 7-point game? You get it to your best player, and that's filthy from the corner, but now it's 10. All right, you're still hanging on. Here's Jokic now. Again, 11-point game right here. You're still in this thing. Your best player takes a 15-foot jump shot. You even get a second attempt at the rim, Scott, but watch what happens at the end of this. Take a look at DeAndre Ayton out ahead of the pack. He is taking off like a track star. Booker's going to push it. Jokic is dead tired. He's trailing the play right here, and it's going to come into play here in a second. As you see Booker get to the rim, he's going to miss this layup. But take a look. You've got 3 Denver Nuggets, 4 if you count Jokic in the paint. DeAndre Ayton's going to go up. He's going to secure this basketball above the rim and watch the chain of events that it leads to. One pass here. You're going to get Cam Johnson sneak out to the 3-point line. You get a second swing. So precise. And again, off the offensive glass, young legs. Just like that, it's a 14-point game. I really felt like that stretch is where this got away from him. Mike Malone even alluded to it as well. The 50-50 ball, that was such a critical play. The bottom line is Phoenix is sharper. They're better. They look more poised, more mature. And if you're Denver, you can't survive some of your key guys having offensive nights like they have, particularly Michael Porter Jr.
Well, let's get to that. And to be fair to Denver, in a league where you really kind of need 2 superstars to have a shot, and some have more than that, they do. But Murray gets injured, and outside of Jokic, who, as you point out, was tremendous, what did they get? Or I guess maybe the better way is to say, what didn't they get on Friday night, Tim?
Yeah, look, the key is this. Michael Porter Jr. took a huge step forward this year. There's no doubt. I think he's headed to becoming a perennial all-star. But I think what you're seeing right now in this series, he's not quite ready for this moment because they need him to be a 25-point guy to supplement what Jokic is going to give you. I think it's at the point now. We've seen enough out of Jokic to know what he did tonight. I expected him to do. He's going to fill it up every night. You can count on that. Where else is it going to come from? Aaron Gordon really struggled, and he's kind of been in a defensive mindset since he got there anyway, and he wasn't able to really turn it up without Jamal Murray. So Porter is the guy. He's critical. I mean, they got decent games out of Morris, and Will Barton played okay. Michael Porter Jr. is the one guy they had that's capable of having a 25 or 30-point night. In a moment like this to get you back in the series, he just looks like maybe he didn't have enough confidence and he didn't get going, and he just really struggled. His body language wasn't great. He's maybe a year away from where he needs to be, Scott, for this team to be taken really seriously to West when they get Murray back.
I mean, as you well know, it's typically a process of growth. You get there, you take steps, and Denver made a big step in the bubble. You lose Murray, that's big. I'm frankly surprised that Phoenix, in its first incarnation like this, looks this good, and it's setting up for a steamroll towards the final and perhaps the Jazz, but a long way to go for them as they're only halfway there. Tim, appreciate the time. We'll talk again next week, I'm sure.
You got it, Scott.
So since the Suns were behind the Lakers 2-1, remember LeBron back down Jay Crowder? Laker bench really enjoyed that.
Remember?
Yeah. Suns didn't forget that. Anyway, they've outscored their opponents by almost 18 a game since. It's their 5th consecutive win by double digits, tied for the 3rd longest streak in playoff history.